I said you better watch what you're doing, cause I ain't gonna stop when I'm moving. I'm headed to the top, I'ma do it. I'm headed to the top, I'ma prove it. And I could go all night, I'm sick of being nothing. All right, I'm gonna be something. I'll fight with every breath, trust me. I'ma be the one at the top, you can't touch me. I bleed with every word coming. I would rather die than be someone who's nothing. I'm the type of dude who will not remain nameless. I'm the type of dude who is headed for greatness. I'm the type of dude who could really make changes, cause I'm the type of dude that's becoming contagious. I'm the type of dude that will always be ageless. I'm the type of dude that will always feel shameless. I'm the type of dude that they say is fucking heinous, cause I'm the type of dude that you know is fucking dangerous.
You are absolutely right. The way he went about it was absolutely wrong. Like, so, like I said, I'm not
of my Jewish hatred that actually goes. Other than the fact that why are y'all popping out of the sewers in New York City?
Annunciation Catholic Church. You couldn't have called it pronounced Catholic Church?
Yeah, pronounce the Catholic.
You're going to shoot me, hat's going to hit the ceiling, hold my breath, down, ball, dunk, land, and bow. Okay, here we go, first countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we're stopping. No, we're not. You're going to shoot me, hat's going to hit.
Super Dave is always fucking funny back in the day.
Super Dave was great.
I flipped this over before the cameras. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the little extra long thing at the intro there, because I forgot to hit buttons.
Richard's kind of off tonight.
Oh, I am. Yes, that's great. Okay. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let's see, we got Carolyn and Rick over there on the YouTube side. Every single person is over here on the Rumble. I guess y'all like the pregame shit we do. We got Jennifer, Chris, K-Bean. Hey, K-Bean, how you doing? And Rick in the house over on that side. Amanda, of course. Davey's popping in the chat, too. What's going on? How's it going, man?
Hi, everybody. Hope you have a splendid Thursday.
What up, Joe?
Just seems like on my end that everybody's angry today. You ever have a day where you think like the whole world is just like, what is it, like Mercury in retrograde or something like that? Because like,
look, I already ruined one keyboard. Hold on.
It was just one of those days. I like watching Super Dave with Norm Macdonald. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, it just seemed like everybody was on edge today. Like something was about to happen, and everybody was like, "Just leave me the fuck alone." I was like, "Whoa,
no, dude!" I almost came. Literally, I was like,
"What? Whoa, hold on!"
I almost came apart.
You almost what? Wait a minute. You almost. Hey, we got to talk.
I almost came.
Just because he shaved doesn't mean you could just blue ball him, okay?
I almost came apart today. Check this out. At work, you know, we did that college campus thing, right? I told you about that. We did a few buildings on that. One of the buildings, we got a call today saying that the racks are in the wrong location. Both racks, first and third floor.
That's why you came.
Yeah. So I was like, he said, we need you to move a rack. I was like, okay. He told me the building and everything. And I was like, wait. That's no. I actually talked to the head. He was talking about first floor. And I was like, no, I actually talked to their head IT guy, because the wall they wanted to use was nothing but plaster and there's no support behind it. I can't put that rack on the wall. I can just rip it off the wall and the entire wall comes down. So he's like, okay, we'll just put it here. Well, today they get a call saying that we put the racks in the wrong location and have to fucking fix it. I go over there. The head IT dude is there talking to these people about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I looked him in the face and I was like, well, you told me to put it on that wall. He's like, no, I didn't. I was like, yeah, you did. He's like, no, I never okayed any of this. I was like, okay, hold on. I went and got the GC, and I went and got one of my coworkers who was there when I was talking to the dude about it. And I said, okay, to the both of you gentlemen, did this man right here, did he or did he not tell me to put the rack on that wall? And both of them were like, yeah, because I called him over here because you had that question about that wall being very weak. So I called him, he came over here, and you both talked about putting the rack right there. He tries so fucking hard to throw me under the bus for that shit. He's the one that okayed it. Right.
He got in trouble.
I don't know if he got in trouble, but I looked him straight in the face and I said, do not ever try to throw me under the bus for what you have done again. And he walked away. We're already a week behind on a fucking project because the guys we're working with are trying to get cable. Supposedly they can't get this cable. Now they want our project to be done tomorrow. We're supposed to have it done tomorrow and we don't even have cable. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
We were 3 weeks ahead on this fucking project. Now we're a week behind. I worked my ass off to get ahead on it, brother.
I know you were fucking doing it while we were talking this weekend.
Yeah. But yeah.
Jesus Christ, babe.
It's been that kind of day for a lot of people. Yeah. Like I didn't even like I wasn't even the normal dick to people that I am because I could sense the tension in every single person, right? I wasn't that normal dick that I am. I just kind of walked lightly and just said, fuck it. Except for the fucking, the dotheads that call me.
Rick with the dono. I'm actually really angry. Miffed, irked, perhaps, but rarely angry. Yeah, I get upset. I don't think I really...
Oh, no.
People would say I get angry, but I really don't get angry sometimes.
I'm just an angry, hateful bastard.
And then he said, Davey, Amanda's pissy. Time for chocolate flowers, or whatever else she wants or needs. Listen, she wanted a surprise yesterday, so I got her a surprise. I paid the rent.
Surprise, bitch.
I did. She's like, I was like, why are you so mad? So we got into a little tiff about why she was so angry and blah, 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 blah. And she goes, well, I just want a surprise. And I go, oh, okay. Like, so then I went and paid the rent, and I go, rent is paid. Surprise!
I mean, that's kind of fucked up, but yeah.
But then I did get her some McDonald's and some Snickers and her cigarettes for her, and then I gave it to her, and she's just like, and then I just fucking open it. So she opens it, and there's 3 like of the big Snickers bar because she likes Snickers, so. She goes, 3? Why 3? Because they were buy 2, get 1 free. Oh, I'm not gonna buy 1. No. This is gonna be a couple day thing. So here the fuck you go. Have a Snickers. And then I went and got a McDonald's also for dinner. So yes. But yeah, so every time I do something now, I just go, surprise.
All right, we got Boom Boom joining us now too. Teresa Rett, how you doing? Wes, Mama Pillow, Carolyn, Rhoda Bennett. How you doing, Rhoda? We got Wes with us, and Glenn's back with us here too. All right.
Documenting does help.
Check this out, though.
What do we got today on the docket? Besides Robert F. Kennedy dropping truth bombs. We'll probably get to that.
Trump looking to ban transgender people from having a gun and declaring them mentally ill. You know, like the DSM-5 says they are. Huh. This actually comes from, what is this? The Independent? Yeah, the Independent.
Hold
the
on.
Department.
Rick with the dono. Okay, Davey, just a FYI, rent is a requirement, not a surprise. Shake my damn head.
Well, it's surprising that he paid the rent. That was the surprise. He did it.
That was
not
a surprise.
Her.
I did it.
The Department of Justice is reportedly considering a proposal to restrict transgender Americans from possessing a firearm. Yeah, whatever. Making a dramatic reversal of Trump's administration pledges to preserve Second Amendment rights while escalating the president's attack against trans Americans. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're attacking trans again. Let the genocide commence, right? Now, here, hold on. Before we go any further, like the pinned comment says, as it stands right now, if I smoke weed, I can't buy a firearm. But I can be completely disconnected from reality as a whole. And I can get one. Let that just ponder around in your brain as we read this. I chose this one for a reason. The proposal, according to CNN, comes in the wake of a mass shooting at the Minneapolis Catholic Church. Notice how they didn't say the name of the church?
Because they couldn't pronounce it. Haha, fuck you.
Allegedly committed by a 23-year-old trans woman, which has filled conspiracy theories and right-wing outrage I cannot fucking read today. Right-wing outrage baselessly alleging trans people are predisposed to commit violence. No, that is not the argument. Not a bit of it, independent. I'm sorry, who the fuck wrote this? Alex Woodward. Oh my God, that sounds like the most retarded ass faggot name I could ever think of. But number one, that's not the argument. The argument here is these people are actually mentally ill. You want to normalize that. And because we say, no, you shouldn't actually sterilize children, you say you want to genocide trans people. You're the one pushing the fucking thing that they're predisposed to commit violence. What the fuck? Nobody ever said that shit. We just said there's an interesting trend happening fucking right now where a lot of mass shooters are actually turning out to be trans people. I wonder why, seeing as how you're taking people and fucking with their hormones. Maybe that has something to do with it? Hell, I don't know. I'm just a lowly, stupid-ass American, right?
By the way, they're trying to make it out as that fucking transvestite was a Trump supporter.
Yeah. Yeah, even one of the guns said kill Trump on it. But yeah, he's a Trump supporter. Right.
He was a Republican and Trump supporter. Did you actually look and see what it's... Dude, these liberals are insane. Some of the things that I love... Listen, once again, I love hate watching. It brings me joy to watch people have mental breakdowns. I don't like to cause them. Just say
I like to cause them if it's something fucking retarded.
I'm trying to make sure my wife knows I wasn't talking about her.
I love to cause them if it's over something fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You know, if it's over something real, I don't want to. But if you're just like these people right here, trans genocide and all that, but oh yeah, I'm just gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with you hard.
Jennifer says chopping offingtons.
Chop it off.
Those would be more of the English ones. Chopping it offingtons.
Chop it offington. Chop it a morning to you. All right, but yeah.
Sounds like one of the names from what's that fucking show in England? It's like an old ass English. The I don't know. It's been
Downton
It was
Abbey?
in my head as I was saying it. It was in my head, and then it went whoop. Bye bye.
Okay.
Getting old sucks.
Like yeah. What's that town in England? Sir?
All of a sudden, I would be fucking sitting there about to fall asleep, and I'm going to remember what the name of that fucking show is. The Templetons, the Turlingtons, the Benningtons. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
One
You
of
said
those.
show. I thought you said town.
No, show.
Hey, Richie, that was actually pretty cool, Davey.
Huh? Downton
Teresa.
Abbey. That's it. Downton Abbey. Thank you, Rhoda. That's what I was thinking of. It sounds like a chop of the morning to you.
Since taking office, Donald Trump has issued a series of directives targeting trans Americans, including an executive order that erases federal recognition of trans people and other measures that restrict gender-affirming healthcare and ban trans athletes from competing in women's sports. Oh my God. You're sounding like it's a bad thing that we're not letting the taxpayers' dollars go to chopping off kids' dicks. You make it sound like that's such a horrible thing that parents want to mutilate their children even before they hit puberty. And we're saying no.
Rick with the dono. Okay, let's be completely honest here. Psychotic people are dangerous. Yes. Not all trans are psychotic, just like not all Muslims are, Christians are, Dems are, conservatives are. Correct. Core fucking wrecked. But
when we start to totalitarianisms, words I can't fucking. Okay. The Department of Defense has also forced out thousands of trans service members from all branches of the military. Trans
you know why? Because they're useless. You have to be on medications. You can't be on certain medications and go fight in a war zone. Because God forbid you go fucking psycho.
All right. You don't
on your medications.
Yeah.
You don't have your dilators out there and you get a fucking staph infection. Yeah. So from what I read and what I've seen, the reason why is because they're on certain medications that you're not allowed to take.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, am I wrong? I know a buddy of mine, he was going through the police academy, the state police academy, and went home for a weekend, took one of his brother's anti-inflammatories, came back a week. He went through the whole thing a week before they came back and asked him questions about the anti-inflammatory that he took while he was home, that he was honest about. They kicked him out because it wasn't his. It wasn't his prescriptions. They kicked him out. So the military has got to have some kind of standard like that.
Yes, it does. And that's kind of an area I agree. This is also an area, well, for the most part, I do agree. Like there are some good people like that, but you also have to understand being transgender, even if you understand it's a total disconnect from reality, being transgender is a mental illness. But you're saying that people who walk into crowds and open fire and do whatever or shoot up schools and everything, well, it's the gun's fault. Either that or it's just a mental illness problem. But yet we can't fix the mental illness problem because doing anything about it would make you homophobic, transphobic, bigot, whatever.
Did you just say spigot?
Bigot.
It sounded like you said spigot.
Anything you do to actually address the thing, you're automatically some kind of racist, xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic bigot.
K-Bean said trans are high-risk suicidal and trans can't be deployed.
But yeah.
Jesus. Glenn says trans should have no rights until they unfuck themselves. Woo!
This is
Pop
fun.
the Molly, I'm sweating.
This is fun. Trans people are not linked to higher rates of violence. Oh, they're not linked to higher rates of violence. Okay, so when you separate the per capita of events that have happened here recently with trans people versus the per capita of events that have happened that aren't trans people, yeah, it's a higher fucking rate. It really is. The amount of violent acts that have come out of trans people versus non-trans people per capita is still higher. Now, that's that's an unfair assumption because, well, it's what, 0.01 of the percent of the population is trans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or trans identifying in some way. Cool. 0.01% of the population still does a higher percentage of violent crime amounts because you motherfuckers on TV are saying just because we don't want to mutilate children, we want to genocide anybody who's trans. So yeah, they get freaked the fuck out. They go buy guns and they go shoot up schools.
Because you're telling them that you're giving them this information in their head.
You keep saying that they're under attack. They're under attack. They're trying to kill you. They're trying to make sure you don't ever exist anymore. You tell anybody that long enough, somebody's going to do something fucked up. But yet the news is going to say, it's not us. We're not doing it. We're just telling you what's happening. Meanwhile, you got Abby Phillips flapping her fucking gums about every goddamn thing, sitting there saying shit just like I just said, but trying to make it sound like it's in defense of trans people. You were out there pushing that shit onto these mentally ill, low intelligent, weak-minded motherfuckers, and you don't expect shit like this to happen? You must be fucking brain dead. So yeah, I am in favor of going ahead and taking them away until you can prove to me that you may understand that you have a disconnect from reality and you have separated just that issue so it doesn't grow further to think you're some kind of dragon out there with fucking guns just plowing down humans. Or whatever the fuck comes up in these mentally deranged motherfuckers' minds. And yeah, I am a little bit off the fucking rail tonight because I understand. I agree. We've seen way too fucking many, and it's all because the goddamn news is telling these motherfuckers that everybody wants to kill them because we think they shouldn't exist. And that's never been the fucking case. The only argument we have ever had is don't let them in the fucking locker rooms. Don't let them in the fucking sports with women. And damn sure stay away from the fucking kids. That's been the only argument anybody not fucking leftist in any kind of way has ever argued. We have never in any way argued they shouldn't exist. Maybe somebody like Nick Fuentes, but goddamn, you would expect anything different from him than that. I am so fucking sick and tired of this. Trans people are not linked to the higher rates of violence, and overwhelming majority of mass attacks are committed by cisgender men. Straight men. Straight men kill people, right, ladies and gentlemen? The overwhelming amount of attacks come from straight men, not transgender. They got a lower fucking portion of the population, but yet the events we've seen come from them. It's kind of like the 50% of all violent crimes are committed by black people. It's kind of like that statistic, and it's growing very, very quickly. By the way, let's take it to Davy's screen real quick. What is this, brother?
Oh, so it says Minneapolis trans gunman Robin Westman seen on security footage at a gun shop just mere days before he committed his violent atrocities, then took his life. Legacy media insists you call him a her. So this was him a couple days before it. Now, I was very curious about this shirt. Shit, it's not.
Hold on. This is a couple of days before?
This was, I believe it was a couple days before. Why isn't it's not pausing?
There's no indication of trans except for like a fucked up little hair bow, but I expect any married dude with long hair to be wearing something like that just to go out, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot.
But if you look at his shirt really quickly, it says Rise.
Rise on the
and
front.
then it says a place for well-being. So I was like, all right, let me check that out. And what's Rise? Rise is a 501c3. I'll go back a little bit. Really? You're not going to do it. It's a 501c3 program. Everyone deserves to live a purposeful, meaningful life. We offer access to resources, opportunities, and support people need to thrive in Minnesota and West Wisconsin. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm looking. It's like something's kind of weird. Yeah, here's what they do. Here for you, we serve people experiencing a variety of life situations. People with intellectual and developmental disabilities, people with brain injuries, people who are deaf, blind, and hard of hearing, people with barriers to employment, people with mental illness.
Which is pretty much every other person on that list, but okay. Except for the deaf and blind.
People with criminal backgrounds, and people experiencing homelessness. And then I was like, that's funny. It's in Minnesota. So I went, locations, and yep, here it is.
Winnipeg County. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Just so he had some kind of affiliation with Rise.
whether he was a patient or whatever, or a participant in it. But yeah, they help people with
Who are
mental illness.
crazy. Now, scroll back up. Yep. Look at the sign.
Coon Rapids. Yeah, I saw that too.
There's a hand painted
This shit
sign.
is awesome.
There's a hand painted sign down here that says
Mhm.
coon hunting. Call this number. Now, for the South, you understand, right?
Yeah.
You know it's about raccoons.
Yeah.
I had a while back. This was years ago. It's been there that sign's been there for like 2 decades. But this was like a decade ago. I had a friend of mine come from Florida up here, and he was a black dude. He passed by that fucking sign and came the fuck apart, dude. He's like, "You see that sign back there?" "Which one?" "No, I wasn't paying attention." "Yo, dude, what are you doing? Where you take me?" I mean, he had a whole come apart coming around. "The motherfuckers, you taking you? No, that sign back there said we going coon hunting. Motherfucker, I'm black." I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he's like, "Coon hunting, call this number." I know the fucking number. He dialed the damn number, dude. He straight up dialed the number. It blanked my mind what he was going on about, because I didn't think about it. But he's going on, "What you doing, coon hunting? So you're taking black people out in the woods and shooting them?" He's like, "No, what?" He's like, "No, raccoons, man, raccoons. We go raccoon hunting." He's like, Oh, I thought you were shooting my black people. My bad. And then just hangs up on him. I'm sitting there. I'm the one driving, dude. I had to pull over on the side of the road because that's when I realized what he was talking about the entire time. I pulled over on the side of the road, put the car in park, and I'm dying laughing. I was like, "Are you fucking serious? You think I invited you up here to spend the weekend so I could hunt you in the woods? What the fuck is this?" Dude.
The plot to get out. That's what it is.
He just saw that sign. "You going coon hunting? What?" "Yeah, no." I can't. Dude, that was fucking hilarious. But yeah,
Oh God.
let's go back to this story though.
Oh shit.
Yet Trump's allies and right-wing media figures who have spent years seeking to remove trans people from public life has pounced on the Minnesota tragedy to build up on political momentum targeting LGBT plus Americans, whatever. Restricting trans people from firearms is designed to, quote, ensure that mentally ill individuals suffering from gender dysphoria are unable to obtain firearms while they are unstable and unwell, a Justice Department official told CNN. I agree. Here's the thing, Davey. Here's where we get a little bit into the woods with that kind of shit. Would you consider... We got to use them. I'm going to have to meet you your side there.
Sorry.
We got to use them. They're always a token ones. Would you consider Buck Angel to be unstable and unwell?
No.
Blair White?
No.
Most of the trans people that we've actually had conversations with, and I say most because of reasons. We know some. We've met a few that are unwell. But yeah. Okay. They've come to terms with the reality. They know that that's a disconnect for them, but it changes nothing about them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd allow that person to have a firearm because they're not unstable and unwell. But if you're that type of person who's demanding that I use your pronouns, that I call you ma'am, whatever, that I make you feel like the person you want to be simply because you're fucked up in the head, you're unstable and unwell. Especially if you're screaming things like, you know, all these videos where we've seen where they attack people or just go off the fucking rails about somebody not using their... That's unstable and unwell. Hell, I'd consider myself unstable and unwell. Not because I'm trans, but because I do that kind of thing myself. But I'm not out there taking my guns out and shooting up things. Huh. Interesting, ain't it? I agree, but it's very vague. That was my point with that. The DOJ is actively evaluating options to prevent the pattern of violence we have seen from individuals with specific mental health challenges and substance abuse disorders, a spokesperson told The Independent. No specific criminal justice proposals have been advanced at this time. Under federal law, a judge must determine whether a person is mentally defective or committed to a mental institution before they can be stripped of their rights to own firearms. Here's the thing. Both of those, the mentally defective or committed to a mental institution, means different things per state. Committed to a mental institution in my state doesn't mean I checked myself in because I was having a problem. That was voluntarily committed. I turned myself in. I put myself in there. That is not committed in lawfare, in the terms of lawfare here, which is why I can buy firearms even though I've been to the places because of suicidal ideations back in the day. Committed means you didn't want to go, but they forced you, or you were ordered to by a judge. That's what it says in my state. In somebody else's state, committed could be you turned yourself in because you had a manic episode one day. Now you can't own a firearm because you're mentally unwell.
Rhoda says this is where the red flag laws come in. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
And then Rick with the dono. There are many Dems who want to label me as unstable and unwell simply because I serve my country in the military. No judge required.
True. So he can't own firearms. See, it's very vague and it covers a lot of things. It's one of those things. It's like a blanket fucking statement so that we can put this on whatever. Davey has a come apart. You're mentally unstable and unwell. Now you can't have guns.
Yeah.
I have a come apart like I do every day. Now I can't have guns because I'm unstable and unwell.
Yeah, they show one episode of this fucking show and none of us are getting guns ever again.
Not a single damn person that's ever been here.
We're not even going to be allowed within 500 feet of a fucking gun store like it's a school.
Gender dysphoria is included in America's Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders, though having a gender identity inconsistent with one's sex assigned at birth is not itself a disorder. It is by the DSM-5. It is a mental illness. The administration's efforts to remove trans people from the military have similarly argued that gender dysphoria is incompatible with service. The Pentagon has targeted service members who have a current history or history of or are exhibiting symptoms of gender dysphoria. Commanders who are aware of service members with gender dysphoria, a history of gender dysphoria, or systems consistent with gender dysphoria must perform individualized medical record reviews, according to a Pentagon memo. I mean, I don't understand why y'all are actually trying to make this sound like a bad thing. You're giving motherfuckers guns and saying we need to let trans people's mental health go unchecked. Oh, you're targeting trans in the isn't that a mental health disorder? So even if you cover it up and you just go in there into the military and you're not really clinically diagnosed trans, at some point in time you could do some fucked up shit because you're not well in the head. And you haven't been able to come to terms with that yet. I think those things should actually be put under a little bit more of a microscope than any other. Well, I'm not going to say any other thing, but most other things in the military as far as that's concerned. Because that's a very big fucking red flag that you are disconnected from reality and you are trying to hide it. Can we at least agree on that?
No.
Fucking hell. Anyway, the president's January directive claims the adoption of a gender identity inconsistent with an individual's sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, even in one's personal life. You know what? I'm actually going to push back on that. No, I wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because there are actual trans people that I know, even here in Huntsville, that I've met, who are honorable, who are truthful, and very fucking disciplined in their lifestyle. One motherfucker works for a Walmart in my area, well, not in this town, but in northern Alabama. One of them works in Walmart, and he's there 20 minutes before his shift is ever up and has most of his work done within 5 hours of his 8-hour shift, and he's helping everybody else. That motherfucker's very disciplined. I got to push back on that. That is not a fucking thing. Just because they're gender dysphoric doesn't mean that they're going to lie, they're going to just be sleazy, and they're going to do some fucked up shit because there's no discipline in them. That's not a fucking case. That shit has nothing to do with gender dysphoria or transgenderism or whatever. No. That's a fucked up bullshit statement. The subsequent Defense Department's guidance claimed that the medical, surgical, and mental health constraints on individuals who have a current diagnosis or history of or exhibit symptoms consistent with gender dysphoria or incompatible with high mental and physical standards necessary for the military service. With the medical care that comes behind that, I do have to kind of agree.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of mental stress on that. You give somebody who's mentally ill and can't come to terms with the reality, you put them in that kind of situation, they're more likely to snap than even somebody like me, who would know I just want to punch this dude in the face, but there would be pretty much death that comes for me knocking. So I'm not going to do it. But you remove that kind of, I'm going to say a self-preservance mechanism. You remove that kind of thing from a person, you think something's going to happen?
K-Bean says, Rick, trans have proven they're a danger. It's not political, as being suicidal isn't.
Right.
It's nothing to do with this service.
No, it has nothing to do with the service. It's the whole fact that there is a disconnect, a huge disconnect in your brain that disconnects you from reality. What happens when you get put in a very, very tense situation? You're out there in a fucking firefight and somebody doesn't call you by your correct pronoun. That's what the fuck I'm worried about. I'm worried about hearing those fucking stories where a trans person just attacks their own fucking crew in the middle of a firefight because somebody didn't call them Z's or Zim.
Wes with the dono. Thank you, Wes, with the upside down face. Why? What's with the long face?
But yeah, this one's almost done here. Meanwhile, the president has repeatedly hailed himself as a great protector of the Second Amendment and even ordered the Justice Department to audit anything on the books that would hinder the right to bear arms. For too long, the Second Amendment, which establishes the fundamental individual right of Americans to keep and bear arms, has been treated as second-class right. No more, Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote in a Justice Department employees earlier this year. It is the policy of this Department of Justice to use its full might to protect the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens. Yes, cool. Here's the thing. They've been trampled on so fucking long. Why not use something to trample on somebody who is showing a propensity to create a disproportionate amount of fucking gun violence while you all are arguing we need more restrict gun laws, but yet are trying to use this as an attack, saying he's going against the Second Amendment when you motherfuckers on a daily basis are calling for laws that break the Second Amendment? The hypocrisy in this whole fucking article from, who was this again? Alex fucking Woodward? The whole goddamn hypocrisy here is not lost on me. Because if it wasn't about trans people, you'd be saying take the rights of normal, actual, functional humans with no mental illness. Take their guns away because somebody with an mental illness is actually using guns to go up and shoot up schools and shit. But yet if it's a trans person, you can't take that trans person's gun away because they're going up and shooting up schools, because if you do, you're homophobic and it's a genocide on trans people. What the actual fuck are we arguing here?
Retardation.
Okay. I'm going
Well, I
to
mean,
come
this
down
girl-
off that high, that perch there.
This girl has a fantastic. You know what, Richard? I'm not going to tell you what calm, very well thought out Democrats will tell you about guns. Am I unmuted?
Good call. Go ahead.
Okay, you don't like my stance on guns. That's fine. You don't think that you're a coward for owning one and needing one. That's fine. Prove me wrong by going and getting mandatory insurance on it and getting mentally tested annually to renew that insurance. Go for it.
Now they want mental tests.
I'm completely fine with the mental test on that. I am, but we need insurance. Why do we need to have our firearms insured?
Oh, she's going to explain that.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. If you want to own a gun and I want to know that you're mentally safe, you need to go through a strenuous test to make sure that you are mentally sound, because only mentally sound people should be allowed to purchase a gun.
I agree.
First
what
woman
do
to
you
fucking
consider mentally sound? Because your insanity that you have pushed on the world, you would consider mentally sound, where I would call you insanely fucking retarded. So by whose standards are we going by?
This coming from the same woman that would probably say "fuck the police." And by the way,
Thousands of black people are being killed by police in the streets every year.
every day. I think somebody said like 1 million a day. They asked like some kid or something like that, like some college student, like how many black people do you think are being killed by cops? He's like 3,000 a day. I was like, he's like, it wasn't even 14 last year. Oh,
Fucking idiot.
And when you purchase a gun, there must be astronomically high insurance on it.
so not just insurance, astronomically high insurance.
Because whether it's you or your child that goes into that safe, pulls it out, and blows up anybody, I want to know that you will be paying for it 4 generations later.
You do realize your children are more apt to do that than anybody that I know, right, ma'am? You do realize that, what is it, 60% of all people that consider themselves liberal also say that they have a mental disorder, right? You do realize that all those guns that you motherfuckers bought up during COVID because you thought there was going to be a civil war, which you are still pushing for, you realize your guns would be taken away because you are not mentally fucking sound in any way. But it is very, very, very authoritarian of you to say that 4 generations, the sins of the father are passed down to the sins of the great-great-grandson. What the fuck?
Glenn makes a great point. She's obviously a gun expert. Those sound effects were spot on. By the way, I've seen fucking hilarious videos where they ask a guy to make the sound of a gun and a girl to make the sound of a gun. That's what all the women sound like.
This shit just bothers me, dude. You are.
I know.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it because by definition, I would be mentally sound to own a gun. This bitch wouldn't.
Nope.
And neither would her children, and neither would anybody she hangs out with, because you all tend to gather around like a flock of retarded fucking geese to hang out with each other and make up this dumbass bullshit to convince yourself of this disconnect from reality that you all have. Whether it be transgenderism or fucking whatever they call it, Trump derangement syndrome, blue and on, whatever the fuck you guys want to sit here and do to disconnect yourself from reality. Don't get me wrong, Republicans do it too, but you guys are so lost from fucking reality. Every single one of you would be committed.
Night, Jennifer.
Night,
Sleep
Jennifer.
tight.
Yeah, like
and,
I said, I'm
once
on
again-
one today.
Once again, Who decides what's mentally sound? Because if we're going by some of these judges that are liberal judges, speaking of one that was, wait a minute, made a federal judge 6 months ago, and she's part of the people halting Trump's deportation plans.
Yeah.
She became a federal judge 6 months ago, and now she has more power than the president of the United States.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I'm not going to trust your fucking stupid mental checks. Sorry. It's not what the Second Amendment says. It's literally written in the Constitution.
Right.
Number 2. And the reason why we're not England right now is because of number fucking 2. Because England and Canada are having a little bit of a problem. And I'm going to get to that next, because Canada, what the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot.
I really do. So, if you don't think that guns should be banned, prove me wrong. Go get a mental stability test.
Okay.
If you don't feel like there's anything wrong with you, you should have no problem doing this. And then go purchase some insurance like we need for our homes and our cars.
Homes and cars aren't in the Constitutions, cunt.
First of all, homes and cars are a lot more expensive than guns are. Okay?
Yeah.
Why do I need astronomical insurance to sit there and cover a $500 gun or a $1,500 rifle? I would need astronomical insurance to cover a $300,000 house. That makes sense. Oh, you want the insurance so that way 4 generations later, my family is still paying for some. Did you understand what that means, right? What you were arguing for. You were arguing for your own generational poverty?
By the way, I don't think she understands how insurance works.
No.
You buy the insurance to make sure that something doesn't happen to the gun.
Right.
Just like you buy car insurance to make sure something doesn't happen to your car, or house insurance so something doesn't happen to your house, or renter's insurance.
Not other people's shit.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Unless you're.
Car insurance and home insurance does cover just in case something happens to somebody else. But yeah, it replaces the gun.
Right.
It doesn't replace the people.
It's just the stupidity of it all. Like I said.
I think that about does it.
No, it doesn't. She's one of those women that has to have the last word no matter what. But Canada, what the fuck is going on? Canada is run by criminals for criminals. 2014 to 2022, violent crime up 43.8%. Human trafficking nearly tripled. Homicides up 53.4%. Is law and order in Canada broken?
According to the Fraser Institute, Canada's population-adjusted rates of violent and property crime, which include theft, damage, or destruction of someone else's property, now exceed those of the United States, a reversal of trends prior to Trudeau's reign over our country. Violent crimes in Canada rose by 43.8% between 2014 and 2022, now 14% higher than in the US, while property crimes grew by 7%, leaving Canada with a 27% higher rate than our southern neighbor. Human trafficking incidents have nearly tripled, and Canada's homicide rate has climbed by 53.4% during this time. This sharp contrast follows a period where Canada consistently ranked safer than America. Critics blame Trudeau's catch-and-release policies, including Bill C-75, which prioritizes bail, even for repeat offenders, and Bill C-5, which eliminates mandatory minimum sentences for violent crimes. Conservatives argue that these laws have emboldened criminals and undermined public safety, transforming once secure Canadian cities into hotspots of crime and disorder. So, while the U.S. continues to make progress in reducing crime, Canada is in reverse, leaving Canadians increasingly vulnerable under the watchful guise of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
You don't believe it? Even the cops are in on it. Because this is what the Canadian police... we know the best defense for most people is to comply. Police Chief Jim McSweeney appears to disagree with Ford Nation's calls for castle law. If we're going to rely on community members to take matters into their own hands, then we've all failed. Canada is fucked. Is not about to be. They're fucked.
Premier can make his own statement and his own mind up about that. What I would say is, as a police service, we'll follow the laws as they're written. If the laws change, we'll change with the laws. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply, as you've just heard a number of...
So somebody runs into your house, tries to rape your wife and child. Yeah, just comply. Somebody comes into your house with a knife or, you know, to try to rob you, comply. Somebody tries to stab you, comply. And as Sean told us, you have to meet fire with fire. But if your fire is a little bit worse, you go to jail. So if somebody has a gun and who's a homeowner and you sneak into their house and you have a knife, you can't use the gun. It's too much. And if you have a knife, if you stab him too many times, you go to jail.
Yeah.
So it's got to be equal, and it's up to the jury to decide whether or not it was equal force.
Safety recommendations.
Rick with the dono, and that, Davey, is exactly why two of my good friends are planning to leave Canada. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Will allow
Wes says
for...
he's got to fly. Keep it real. Take it easy, Wes. Have a good night. We got
Later, Wes.
Josephine coming
Appreciate
in
you.
here too.
Appreciate the fuck out of you, Wes.
those that are victimizing members in the community to leave and not harm anyone.
We are urging those who are doing that to leave our community. I'm giving you a staunch warning there, eh, bud?
I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. I'm going to tell your mother.
Make sure you don't stab anybody, eh? Please don't stab nobody.
It sometimes can fall on deaf ears when members feel like nobody. They have to take matters into their own hands. And the only thing I'd say is, if we are going to rely on our community members to take matters into their own hands to solve this problem, we have all failed our community. I've been down at Queen's Park. I've provided comments on bail reform. So have many of my colleagues across the GTA. And here we are again talking about it. And it seems like in some cases, right, we have not moved the needle collectively.
Like Kamala's don't
it's
come.
Not just
yes.
Yeah. We have come to this conclusion collectively that you're fucked.
Yes.
Rick with the dodo. Why is the left's go-to now answer now always just comply? Because they want you to be subservient and get ready for Sharia law, because that's what they want. That's what they want.
Then again, weren't they the ones screaming, you know, black people are being killed on the streets, and stop fighting with the cops and just take the ticket and fight it in court? But we can't do that. That's just comply. You want me to comply? You want me to comply with these fascist cops? No, just comply right now while we're trying to make sure people kill you.
Dude, the amount of lawyers, pregnant women, and people who can't breathe that are getting pulled over and arrested or getting arrested for shoplifting is astronomical. I've never seen. I don't understand how many pregnant women there are out there. How we're at only a 1.6 child per people. We are right now
1.8, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand it, because apparently every woman that gets pulled over is pregnant. Every single one of them.
Anybody who gets arrested by the cops is somehow pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But somebody made a video of how
fucking Zorhan.
I don't know. No. How they want us to treat people who break into our homes in Toronto. You're robbing a house in Toronto. Please enter. Door is unlocked for you.
Hey, get in here. Close the door.
Okay,
I don't want you to get bit by the mosquitoes. So, first of all, thank you so much for choosing my house to rob today. There's so many options. It's a privilege for you to be here. I've got a selection of drinks for you to choose from. Great choice, Fancy Perrier. I like it. Okay, so the kids are upstairs sleeping right now, and if they wake up, it's really going to make this whole experience very unenjoyable for you. So to streamline the process, I've got a few things laid out. I've got a 50-inch 4K for you. I've got a MacBook Air, and I even have a pair of earrings from Peoples gifted to my daughter for her baptism. And really, who needs it more, you or her, am I right? Now, hold on. You look a little familiar. You're the one who took my car last year. I knew I recognized you. I love repeat offenders. So I didn't want to take away the full joy of you robbing my house. So these are just a few items. If you head upstairs to the master bedroom, my wife's jewelry is laid out for you. Take whatever you want. Head downstairs. You'll find my safe wide open for you. Take whatever you want. Now, I'm going to be in the kitchen making myself a sandwich. If you have any questions, feel free to come and join me. What's mine is already yours.
That's kind of creepily accurate.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to say my wife's upstairs in the bed. Just tell her you're me, and then just have your way with her. Do what you want. But yeah, I just don't. It's getting just comply. Could you imagine? They tell us that here.
Just comply. Literally, their just comply is do whatever the criminal tells you. Yeah. Not the police, the criminal. Fucking weird.
Yeah, boom, boom. Police have no duty to protect. Yeah. No, they don't. Oh, give us a call. We'll make it there around July of next year.
Right.
Rick with the dono. Check what I posted in breaking news during the show channel on Discord. Exactly to Davey's point. Oh, see what he's got. You grabbing it?
Breaking news during show. Which is exactly. Let's see. He says, which is exactly why this now exists. The new PD uniform patch in Dearborn Heights, Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Noodle speak.
Yeah, I had that here. Yep,
Noodle
that's
fucking
the new...
speak. Yeah, good job. Damn moon speak. All right. But I would say this, ladies and gentlemen. It is about that time. We're going to break it just like 2 minutes early so we don't have to break a story in the middle. But you got the link in the chat. And now you have 3 minutes. We'll see you on the other side.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that?